One smile can make a person's day. It is a simple act of kindness that doesn't cost a dime, yet is worth so much. In studies, it is proven that being kind to one another can improve the overall human body, both mentally and physically. In the studies I have read, it shows that being kind makes you more energetic and increases your self-worth. Overall, kindness is good for the heart. But in the society that we live in today, kindness is not always shown. Bullying has become a major part in the way we treat one another. This is the opposite of kindness. Putting another one down is not good for the heart at all. I have grown up by amazing parents who have raised me and taught me to never to judge another person, to always wear a smile on my face, and to always be that kind person to others. So since bullying has become a major problem in the society in which we live in today, especially in schools, I challenge you all to choose to be kinder to one another. Today, we're going to look at how we interpret sarcasm, how we view kindness, and the bullying effects on suicide, in hopes that this will challenge people to choose to be kinder, and we will result in a decrease in teen suicide, and we will benefit everyone's well-being for the better. So let's start with the way we interpret sarcasm. Some people think that being a sarcastic person actually makes you a better person. As stated on the website, 10 Ways Sarcasm Makes You a Better Person by Lindsay Holmes, 2015. For sarcastic people, being sarcastic is as natural and important to them as breathing. Most oftentimes, sarcastic people don't seem to think that what they are doing is wrong. They think they're just telling the truth, and they're using humor and verbal irony. They see nothing wrong with that. They think that they tend to think on a different level than most people, and they think that this is an easier way for them to make friends and to show affection to everyone. I personally believe that sometimes sarcastic people don't realize what they are saying to others can actually hurt them. While they're viewing it as only a way of being funny towards the person, they don't realize that their words can be interpreted differently by the person receiving the message. As stated on the website, Think Sarcasm is Funny, Think Again, by Clifford Lazarus, 2012. Many people who receive sarcastic comments feel put down, and they often think that that sarcastic person is mean. The word sarcasm actually originates from the Greek word sarcanium, which literally means to tear or strip the flesh off. In a way, sarcasm people can use sarcasm as a way of bullying. Most times the bullies are often angry and insecure about themselves, so they tend to express negative comments, and they think they're just being funny, but they actually are conveying negative comments towards the person whom they are speaking to. Now, I'm not saying that sarcasm is bad. In fact, it's not bad all the time, but as people like to say, too much spice and the dish is overwhelmed by it. So once people or bullies start to realize that sarcasm is not always the best way to talk to people, and they start to replace their sarcastic comments with kind words, I promise you they will feel happier and they will feel more self-confident about themselves. Now let's look at the way we view kindness. Some people think being kind is a sign of weakness. Now, while kindness is often portrayed as this thoughtful, caring, and generous behavior, it can often receive a bad rep. In the psychology article by Jennifer Reynolds, Why is Kindness Sometimes Associated with Weakness? 2018. It was stated that there seems to be a perception that as a kind person is often soft and emotionally frail, while an individual who is rude and curt is more often than not someone who is tough, socially intriguing, and even admirable. Some people believe that if you are kind and you show empathy to someone, you're not as strong or as cool as what people like to believe you as. And we all know that everyone wants to be viewed as cool in the society in which we live in today. Now, I personally think that being kind is a strength and not a weakness. As stated in the website by Michael Bono, Why Kindness is a Strength, Not a Weakness, 2018. Kindness, living with hatred and spreading negativity is easy. Being kind to another person is a strength because it is much harder to be kind than it is to hate on another person. Kindness is a strength that can be contagious to all who are surrounded by it. It benefits the person who is performing the act of kindness because they feel often less stressed and they are a more positive person. But it also benefits the person who is receiving the act of kindness because it shows them that someone cares. It shows them that there is hope in the world and that there is good in the world. As everyone likes to say, everybody could use a little kindness and see a little good in life. Sometimes we just need a little light from others to see it. Lastly, let's talk about the bullying effects on suicide. Some people believe that bullying is not at all affected to suicide. But after studying many cases of bullying and suicide, it can be inferred that both of the two can intertwine with one another. People tend to just focus on ways to prevent bullying But the real fact of the matter is, bullying is not the only effect of suicide. But it is a major cause. Preventing bullying is important because it eliminates some of the suicide issues, but we can't approach it by blaming the person who caused the bullying. Because in a way, we're just going against what we said, and we're bullying the person who was the bully to begin with. As stated by Polliner, and bullying is not on the rise and it does not lead to suicide, 2018. People commit suicide because it is a mental illness. It is a treatable problem with a preventable outcome. I personally believe that suicide is a major cause of bullying, as stated by Bullying and Suicide by the Bullying Statistics, 2015. Statistics show that suicide is the third leading cause of death among young people. This results in about 4,400 deaths per year. It was proven that bully victims are 2 to 9 times more likely to consider the thought of suicide than the non-bully victims. This was proven by a study in Britain that said that at least half of the suicides among young people are related to bullying, especially in girls between the ages of 10 to 14. All types of bullying are considered to be connected to suicide in some sort of way. So today you have heard me talk about how we interpret sarcasm, how we view kindness, and the bullying effects on suicide. And I hope that by listening today, you choose to be kinder to everyone in the world. Being kind is a trait that is viewed in many different ways. Despite some of the negative views of people that being kind to one another is a weakness, kindness actually is good. We need more kindness in this world so we can benefit each other. And every human being can live a life full of happiness. Thank you for listening.